Conservative life on Mars, because we are living in strange times. You've been hearing about the Department of Education, especially when Maxine and her merry men of goons, swamp water goons, tried to bust their way inside of the Department of Education that is soon will be defunct per President Trump. But what exactly is the Department of Education? Found a little short video that could explain that, and here it goes.
For a second, let's talk about what it is the Department of Education actually does and what's at stake here.
Well, this is a department that is in charge of federal education standards across the country, first and foremost. It's also in charge of investigating and enforcing Title IX, which covers campus sexual assault and rape claims. And these are just a few things. It's also in charge of course, administering federal financial aid, like student loans for those trying to go to college. And also, it gives out grants in the forms of tens of millions of dollars to various state departments of education to fund programs across the country. We've talked to Department of Education staffers who say they do important work trying to advance education in this country. And while Republicans say they have genuine concerns with how this department has gone about, how much money is spent per student, to which they say are not satisfactory results, these Department of Education staffers say they're open to working on revamping the department, but it shouldn't be closed or gutted.
All right, so Democrats couldn't physically get into the building today. What options did the Democrats have to push back on this, if any?
They have limited options. They're not in the majority in the House. They're not in the majority in the Senate. They don't control the committees in those various chambers of government. There was a failed attempt, remember, to try to subpoena Elon Musk in front of a congressionally Republican-controlled committee in the House. That obviously failed because Democrats didn't control it. So they're resorting to these protests. I asked one Democrat who was at that demonstration today, Mark Takano of California, do Democrats have limited cards to play here? Here's what he said.
We do have limited options being in the minority. We are reminding the president and the American public that this cannot be done by executive order, and we will bring this to light in the media. And what we can do is to remind Americans that they have the power to tell their representatives to uphold the Constitution and to put a check on this president and his billionaire minions.
And look, Democrats I talked to feel between a rock and a hard place because they are getting pressure from their constituents and outside groups to try to do something, to try to thwart Donald Trump and Elon Musk. But they have, again, limited options to play because they're not in power.
The cards are not very strong right now, and they know that. All right, Jay O'Brien, thank you.